Welcome back once again to another day in class. So what I want to show you guys today is how to make your buttonhole stitch your buttonhole with your hand knitting. That is what I want to show you guys today. How to make your buttonhole with your hand knitting. So you can see my buttons on the buttonhole. So how to make your buttonhole. So you can see what I did here. So I actually used my hand knitting to make my buttonhole. So you can take a closer look at this one as well. What I did here, it was actually my hand and not a sewing machine. So I want to show you guys on how to do this and make it easier for you to work. So just stay tuned. Let's go straight to the video. I want to show you on how to create your buttonhole. So how to create your buttonhole, as you can see, with your hands without using a buttonhole machine. Here now I have my thread being folded into four. So after folding it into four, I was able to pull two longer than the other two. So as you can see, if I make it equal, it is four. So I pull two. So this two is longer than this one, and I went on to tie a knot at this part that will hold my fabric. It will not pull out. So what I'm going to do now for my buttonhole, I have already marked out my point and I have gone ahead to make this one. So I just want you to know. So I went on to make one bolder than the other, just to make an explanation for you to understand. So if you take a closer look at this one is bolder than the rest parts. So I just want to make this illustration for you to understand. That was why I made this bold. So if you want to make a bold buttonhole for your shirt, maybe you are working with an heavy duty cloth that is going to use bigger buttons, then you go ahead to double your thread by 4. So what I'm working with now is a smaller button, so I'm going to drag it by 2. So I'm going to work with these 2 threads which I have here. So what you need to do is to get all your marks at where you want your buttons to sit, where you want to place your buttonholes. And as you can see, I have my mark which I drew before cutting my hole like this. So you can see this is my buttonhole which I have here. So what I'm going to do now is to pass my needle through this space, as you can see it like this. So what I want to create now, I want to create where I want my buttonhole to sit. So I want to use my thread to create a square at this side to create the space that my needle is going to pass through for it to guide me on where I should pass. So what I'm going to do now is to pass my needle like this from this part. Then I will come over to this part again. So you can see what I'm doing here. Put it there. And I take it again from that same place and pass it over to this other side. Put it in like this. So you can see what I'm doing. Pass it again from that same place. Not at the same position, so your thread does not come out, but it should be closer to the line which I just passed through. So pass again. So I'm trying to create my space for it to guide me on how to create my buttonhole. So you can see what I have here. So you can see my square shape which I use my thread to create on my guide. So this will guide me. So I'm going to pass it out again. I'm going to pass it out. Make sure you are passing it from that spot which is you are going to sew from. So after bringing out your needle from this part, what you are going to do now is, you can see your thread, to take it in just like this. Look at what I'm doing to take it in. So you can see your thread, then you pass it from there through the hole. You can see I pass it through the hole like that and bring it in. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to pass it again, take it from there, then bring it in. So what I'm doing, I am not just passing my thread and bring it out. What I will do is to pass this other one like this, so that it tightens my thread. After pulling it to the last, it tightens my thread. So take note, don't take it like this. It is wrong when you do it like this. I just want to show you something like this. It is very wrong because there is nothing tight in here. So what you are going to do is to make sure your thread is like this, and you take your thread and tighten it. So you can see what I have here. So you go ahead again to take it there and tighten it. So let me go ahead to do the rest part. Okay, so I'm about to round up. So take note of it. I'm about to round up. I hope this video is clear for you to understand. I really hope it was clear for you to understand. I really hope. So make sure the gap or the space which you are keeping from your next stitch to the other one is very close. So your button hole will come out as neat as possible. Okay, so I will tight my last part now. I'm going to do it twice on this spot. I'm going to do it twice. So you can see my thread is always it's always out, always like this. So this is how my thread is. So the easier way, when you put your needle like this, so when you put your thread in, once your thread is in like this, what you are going to do, this one at this part here, you are going to turn it like this, then bring out your thread, then you have tied your knot there. So this is the end of this video. Let me go ahead to complete it and put my buttons to show you the finished work of it. So this is what we have been making so far. You can see how neat it looks, very neat and nice. You can see how it looks, and it is sitting and relaxing very well. I hope this video was helpful for you to try, so you can see how the buttons are sitting perfectly fine, so you can see how it looks. So you can see this one at the topper part, which I showed you earlier in the video. So you can see the other one as well, very nice and neat. You can see, go ahead to make yours just like this. Make sure you have your guide before you stitch, so you will have a perfect fit. And please don't forget to like this video and share to your friends. Thank you.